and my mom had passed. Well, my brother had passed first, and my mom, she had been coming back and forth down to prison to visit me whenever that she could, or whatever she could get a ride or get enough money to pay somebody to actually drive her a 3-hour long trip.
Get out my way, I need space to get the fake car. Get out my way, I need space, I'm about to take on. Get out my way, yeah, the frequency been way up, way up. Get out my way, it's too easy, it's a layup, layup. Get out my way, I need space to get the fake car. Get out my way, I need space, I'm about to take on.
This is your boy Damion Crier. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful, blessed, and amazing Sunday today. I'm doing okay, guys. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, don't forget to subscribe to the Crier family. Also, I have a new channel called OMR. That channel stands for Old Man Reacts. The link to that channel will be in the description box down below. First and foremost, I want to thank all of you guys who recently joined the Crier family. Thank you all for that. And also for you who recently joined the new OMR Reaction channel. That channel is going to be primarily for reaction videos and reaction videos only. However, I may do other videos over there depending on like you guys' video requests. So don't forget to go on over there and subscribe, and thank you all. Thank you all in advance. We haven't started doing shout outs on that channel yet, but in the near future, once we actually get it up and off the ground, I'll start doing post notification shout outs on that channel. I've also been telling you guys on that channel that after we hit 5K subscribers on that channel, I'm going to pick 10 people from the first 5,000, and I'm going to do 10 giveaways, whether it's a gift card or something like that, just to show you guys my appreciation and try to give back. So don't forget to watch those videos over there, smash that like button, and also while you're over there, it don't cost you a thing, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. So guys, this video right here, this is like one of those videos that a lot of people have been requesting from me, and I haven't really got around to doing it yet. But today I decided to go ahead and just like do a video like this, because people are like, even on the new OMR channel, people are asking me to do a video about my personal life and a story time about my personal life. So I guess this is the day I'll actually be doing this story time for you guys. I will try not to make this video too long, because I know some people don't like really long videos. And then you have other people who want actual longer videos. So also comment down below in the comment section after this video or during this video if you guys want longer videos on this channel or shorter videos. I know you guys are already asking for longer reaction videos on OMR, and that's something I will be working on soon. I promise you guys. When I say I'm gonna make something happen, I say what I do and I do what I say. So let's see, guys, I don't even know where to start, man. The last couple of days, sleep haven't really been too good for me. I've been, you know, frankly, honestly with you guys, I have been really depressed. And the weird thing about that is, I was at the doggy park yesterday. I took Mia to the doggy park yesterday. I try to take her up there like once a month, and if I can, sometimes twice a month, because it'd be so freaking hot out here in Houston. But I'm not complaining about it though. So while I was on my way to the doggy park with Mia, I ended up getting an email from this lady. She's 47 years old. She has 4 kids, and I think she said that she takes care of her grandson. And she said that she doesn't get any help with her grandson or with the other kids. And she was also telling me in the email how the struggle was real. And while I was reading her email, I had emailed her back and asked her, was it okay if I do a video like this? Was it okay if I did a video about her story and that I wouldn't mention her name? And she ended up emailing me back and said that yes, I had her permission to do the video. But what happened was I ended up vlogging Mia at the doggy park, and I ended up talking about the situation, and then I decided not to upload that video because I didn't really want to make this about just her and her like depression and stuff like that. I wanted to also add myself into it because I deal with my own depression. So I'm gonna tell you guys who don't know much about me, who recently subscribed to my YouTube channel. You guys know I am from Fort Wayne, Indiana, 51 years old. My birthday is June 10th. I was born 1970, June 10th, 1970. I have 5 living kids. One of my kids passed away some years back. My mom, she actually passed in 1997 while I was serving a lengthy prison sentence. And my youngest brother passed in 95 while I was still serving that lengthy prison sentence. I think like, for me, one of the hardest things for me was like when I was in prison and my mom had passed, well, my brother had passed first, and my mom, she had been coming back and forth down to prison to visit me whenever that she could, or whatever that she could get a ride or get enough money to pay somebody to actually drive her a 3-hour-long trip. The prison I was in was called Westville Correctional Facility. At the time, it was the biggest prison in the state of Indiana. It housed, I think, 2,600 inmates. So I came home in 99. I came home in 1998, way before a lot of you guys was born. And honestly, I've had some run-ins with the law, but for like traffic violations, but I never actually looked back. So like a lot of my depression started when I was in prison. Obviously, because I was away from my loved ones, my family. I didn't know if I was going to survive the, you know, with all the stabbings, the fights, the killings, and everything that goes on behind the walls. And, you know, a lot of people don't really make it out of the prison system. They end up getting killed inside. You guys just don't hear about it. And the reason why you guys don't hear about it a lot is because it's like a normal thing. It's a normal occurrence. You got gangs in there and everything. But when my little brother passed, he was shot and killed in Fort Wayne by one of his friends. And it was a, you know, it was a messed up situation that led up to my little brother getting killed. To where he was involved with someone, and then they ended up breaking up, and she ended up getting involved with someone and told my little brother that she wasn't involved with someone, and they ended up meeting up at the house at the same time, and you know, the guy ended up killing my little brother. He ended up shooting him in the head. And it was around Halloween time. So people thought it was like a dummy laying in the backyard, because Halloween time, people make all these dummies and stuff like that, and scarecrows and stuff. So people didn't really actually realize that it was actually a body until they actually walked up and realized it was an actual body. And so when I was in prison, they put me on what they call FDR, full dorm restriction, which means I had a death in my family and I was a high escape risk. So they put me on full dorm restriction, which means I couldn't go outside of the building to go to the recreational yard, to go play basketball, go to the weight room. You know, they had to bring my food to me. And, you know, I was thinking that they was gonna let me go to my brother's funeral, and they didn't let me go to my brother's funeral. And so I never got a chance to say goodbye. And then, you know, like my mom, she came back and forth down to the prison to visit me off and on as much as she can. Like I said, when she was able to generate enough money to pay somebody to bring her down there to see me. And during the times that my mom came down to prison to see me, you know, I seen the hurt in her of losing one of her babies. You know, my brother was, he was the youngest of us. His name was Ronald Dwayne Cryer. And he was the youngest, you know, out of the 5 brothers and 1 sister. And as my mom was coming down to see me and stuff, I seen how she was losing weight, how she was stressed out. And like a year after my brother's death, my mom came down to visit me, and I asked her, it was like around Christmas time, I asked her, I said, well, are you guys getting ready for Christmas back in Indiana? You know, back in Fort Wayne? And she was like, no, my Christmas is not the same anymore since my son been gone. And so a year after that visit, my mom had passed. And she was actually, she was on her deathbed. And I was doing everything I could through the court system and contacting my attorneys to see if they would let me go to my mom's bedside, because she had requested me to be at her bedside, because it was one of those situations where she wasn't never coming home again. She had cirrhosis of the liver, and it was from excessive drinking. And I guess when my brother passed, my mom, she had really started drinking really heavy. So I was talking to one of the counselors at the prison, and she had remembered me from when my brother had died 2 years earlier. And she was telling me that she's gonna do her best to get me, you know, down there to Fort Wayne, to the hospital. And she explained to me that they would have to have me shackled, handcuffed, and high security just to visit my mom at the hospital. But she said that they won't let me go to the funeral, but I could go say my final goodbyes to my mom. So I remember waiting in the dorm. Once again, I was put back on FDR, full dorm restriction. And I'm waiting for like a day or two to go by. And then the counselor ended up calling me into the office with really, you know, good news for me, even though it was a bad time. She said, we made plans for Allen County, which is Fort Wayne, Indiana, Allen County Sheriff's Department, to come down and pick you up, to take you to the hospital, and said that they would be here tomorrow. The very next day, it was a really bad storm in Fort Wayne. And the sheriffs never came and picked me up. Later on that night, I got the call that my mom had passed. And so it's like, I was just like dumbfounded, man. You know, it's like, cause when I went inside, I had my mom, and I also had my brother. You know, I had 5 brothers and 1 sister when I went inside, and a mom. You know, I came out with 4 brothers, 1 sister, and no mom. And so that's something that I had really never got over. But during the time that all this went on, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I was so freaking devastated. I was so freaking hurt. I mean, I still had like 4.5 years left on my sentence. They had sentenced me to 20 years through 10. So I still had like 4 years left on my sentence. Maybe just like a little bit over 4 years left. And like, it was so devastating, and it was so stressed out, and all I could think of was, why did I do the stupid shit that I did to put me here in the first place? And so when I got out of prison, I ended up staying at a rescue mission. One of my cousins and his wife had picked me up from the Greyhound bus station. My cousin who picked me up, his name was Marcus. He just passed about 3 weeks ago. And we were the same age, 51. He died unexpectedly. And I remember him and his wife picking me up from the Greyhound bus station. But they were in the process of moving into their home. So I didn't want to impose. So I was cool with going to the rescue mission. And then finally I ended up getting with some of my relatives and ended up moving in with them. And I just kept on doing the same stuff, man. Like, you know, I didn't really care anymore. I was doing the same stuff I was doing before I even went in. But then at one point, I ended up getting shot a whole bunch of times. And I remember, like, I was in intensive care, guys, for like a week. And when I got out of intensive care, they ended up taking me to like a different unit of the hospital. And the reason for me getting shot is because what I was involved in that led up to me getting shot, selling drugs. And when they found my body on the ground or whatever, I had drugs in my pocket, I had a gun on me. And so I went from the hospital 3-4 weeks later, straight to the jail, you know, wrapped up, bandaged up and everything. and right back off to prison to finish off my sentence for the parole violation for the drugs and the gun, on top of a new charge for possession. So it was really messed up, man. And, I came right home. I ended up getting a GED. So I ended up getting like a time cut, and then I ended up coming home again. And this time I was free. I wasn't on probation, parole, I was free. And this time I just decided to just get my life together, man. And so like fast forwarding several years later, you know, me and my oldest son, we reconnected, Deontay. I reconnected with Damion. I reconnected with Margaret. I reconnected with Akeem. Even though that they really didn't know me too well because I was in and out the system, I still tried to like make up for the time lost. But even I know that that time lost was impossible to try to make up. And even right now today, things are still really rocky. Kids still have a lot of questions. There's a lot of whys, unanswered questions. And so fast forwarding, like I said earlier, guys, you know, like recently I did something stupid. You know, I made one of the most stupidest mistakes that a person could ever make because I had no business doing it. You know, and I guess I end up causing some stress on myself to where I haven't been able to sleep good lately. I've been tossing and turning. I still been trying to do videos for you guys on both the Crier family and the OMR channel. But, you know, I have been really stressed out and really depressed a whole lot. And me being who I am, like a man, and I consider myself a very strong black man who has been through the mud. You know, I've been to prison twice. I've been shot multiple times. I've been stabbed, I don't know how many times. I got so many knuckle marks, teeth marks on my fist from fights I got in years ago. I mean, so it's like me, I would always consider myself as a strong person that can never be moved by whatever it is that comes to my way, you know. But I found myself, you know, having to humble myself. I had to humble myself real fast to find out that you shouldn't be doing some of the things that you're doing. I also found out that depression can affect you at any given time. We are all prone to, we are all prone to it. All of us can get it. I think I said that right there. We can all get it. I mean, I don't care who you are, how much money that you have, what you got going on. Depression is real, man. So, the lady sent me her video yesterday. And she was telling me how she's like raising 4 of her own kids at 47, and then she also was taking care of her grandchild. I think what she said was 12. And it's like she expressed that she was depressed, and she wanted me to give her some advice on what she should do. And even though I'm doing this video right here, it's like I didn't even know really what to tell her, because I didn't want to tell her that I'm dealing with depression too. I'm dealing with stress too. I'm not sleeping very well at night. Actually, you know, last night, I told you guys I was up all night. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I just been tossing and turning. I heard a bunch of gunshots last night, and it was like 2:30 this morning. And then this morning, one of my neighbors sent me a picture on my phone. He, you know, we watch each other's houses and stuff. And I gave him my number, and he gave me his number. And he sent me, first he texted me this morning. He said, "Hey, Mr. Crier, did you hear gunshots last night?" And I said, "Yes, I did, like 2-something this morning." And then his next message was a picture of all these holes in his wall outside his house. And he said it just missed his head by a couple of inches where he sleeps at in his room. And I mean, my skin started crawling. My skin started crawling because the first thing I said was, damn, was those bullets meant for me? Was those meant for me? Was those bullets meant for me? You know, and I hate to think like that, but it's like, you can't overlook obvious stuff. Being that close to my house, our garage is the same color, our house is the same color. It's like, was that really meant for me? Because I do have people who's threatened me. You know, I've had some unfortunate situations happen to me, you know, and so that was a really, really scary thing for me. And also, there was also people like asking me to do videos, a story time about relationships and stuff like that. And again, that's another topic for me that's really, really hard for me to really give people advice on, because it's like, I'm not even in a relationship. You guys see my last relationships have failed miserably. And I think a lot of it from my failed relationships has been a lot of my part of doing. I've always taken responsibility for everything that's ever happened to me. Even if I don't feel that I was at fault, I still take full responsibility for everything. And so anybody that I ever hurt before, you know, I want to apologize and say I'm truly sorry. We are not perfect people. You know, when we was put on this earth, we wasn't born with the manual in our hand. None of us was born with the manual. You know, we got here and we was always told that when we turn a certain age, 18, that we gotta move out and stuff. And even though that our parents gave us the tools that we needed as far as making sure that we went to school and had a bedroom to sleep in with a bed and stuff like that, and extra stuff that they didn't have to get, like televisions, telephones, and cable and stuff like that, you know, like internet, you know, stuff that they didn't have to do. But when we get out here and realize that we are in a real world, you are going to have depression. Even college people, professors, doctors, lawyers, they all go through it. So this is more like, you know, like, I don't really even know what to call this, man. But the things that's been bothering me lately, I can't really put a finger on why it's bothering me. But again, like I said, I did something that I probably had no business doing. And sometimes we can cause our own stress. We could cause our own problems. We can cause our own situations. To the young lady who sent me the message yesterday, the email, all I can tell you is just stay prayed up, give it to God, you know, pray about the situation, because we don't think that prayer works. When we talk to people about prayer, they're not trying to hear that. They're like, man, get out my face with that. But it really, really works. God may not answer your prayer right then and there, but he's right on time. He's always on time, man. I was always told that. So this last night, I couldn't sleep. So I did something that I've never done, ever. I got up last night. Well, I got out of bed, I'm gonna say this morning. And I actually came in the front room. I took the picture of my mom and the picture of my son, Deontay, who passed away, and I took him in my room and I lit a candle and I said a long prayer. And it's like, I don't know. It's just really weird. You know, I don't know if that's part of stress or if it's just part of something that I think that I should have been doing anyway. It's like doing a lot of prayer, staying in prayer, having faith. But that was kind of different for me. But for the young lady, all I can say is just stay prayed up, man. Try to be strong. You raising your 4 kids and taking care of your 12-year-old grandson, you're gonna be blessed. You're not gonna fold. You're gonna be blessed. All you gotta do is just stay prayed up, but most importantly, you have to believe. Because if you don't believe, you know, if you don't believe, it means that you don't really have faith in believing. So all I'm saying is just believe. And as far as the other advice, as far as the relationship part of it, I can't really, you know, me being a single man, it's really hard for me to give somebody relationship advice, if that makes sense to you guys. So that would be kind of weird for me to come on here and say, hey, this is what you should do, this is what you need to do, but yet I'm not even in a relationship. So that would be like a tricky one for me. And honestly, I might get dragged. I mean, you know, I might get dragged for it, because I did a video like that a long time ago. People was like, your relationship is not even good. And this was like years ago. This wasn't nothing recently. This was like a whole lot of years ago. But yeah, so moving forward again, I ended up moving out here to Houston, Texas. You know, after losing my son Deontay, I waited around, you know, Indiana for a little while, and some other unfortunate things that happened to me in the process. And I made my mind up to just move out here. And so since I've been out here in Texas, I love it out here. Me personally, I honestly don't think I'm ever gonna move back. I kind of like made this like my home, but I probably will be leaving this house soon, because you know, it's a lot of memories here, man. You know, it's for the short year and a half that I've been here, but it's, you know, it's like, it's time for me to just like, kind of just really reconsider just moving out sometime. But Texas has been really, really great. I've had a lot of experiences out here. I don't, you know, as you guys know, I don't have any friends out here. I don't have any friends who come over and kick it and we play cards. I just stay to myself. Believe it or not, I stay to myself. And that's probably like one of the most depressing things that's causing my depression, is because I don't really talk to anybody. I hold stuff in. And I think my advice to somebody is don't do that. That's probably the worst thing that you can do, is hold things in. And you know, like a problem for me is I don't talk to anybody. I don't go out to clubs. I don't go out to bars. I don't meet the homies at the club and drink and this and, you know, I carry myself differently. And I think I carry myself differently because of all the experiences that I've had in life. And that's what made me really change. So it doesn't make me better in anybody. It doesn't make me more superior than anybody. It doesn't make me more tougher than anybody. It just means that life experiences has taught me, you know, to think different and do different things. You know, sure, I would like to go out to a bar. Sure, I would like to go out to a club. But when I think about the stuff that happens, I mean, look what happened last night, 2-something in the morning, somebody ride down the street firing shots off. It's like, what really goes on positive at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning outside your home? Anything at that hour is nothing but trouble going on. And the police is out there waiting. You know, when you don't realize how much trouble that you're in until you wake up the next day inside of a holding cell of somebody's jail. I'm clear down here in Texas. I'm not trying to get locked up or go to jail. You know, trying to stay in my own lane. But anyway, man, so I wasn't gonna make this video long. I just wanted to drop in, give you guys this little story time. I hope that you guys enjoy it. I want to give you guys also a little bit more of me for you who don't have any parts of me, basically who don't really know me, that recently joined the channel. Whether y'all joined my channel because y'all realized, oh wait, that's the Prince family's dad. I found this channel. Or y'all joined my channel from a video that I did that, you know, that caught the attention of somebody or was pushed into a recommended, you know. But I'm hoping that something in this video might have helped you out. You know, might have made you make a different decision or a better choice. And anyway, guys, comment on this video. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to smash that like button. And don't forget, guys, going over to my new channel, OMR, and check it out. It's pretty cool. You know, I'm just not getting it off the ground. Drop me some comments on some video ideas or suggestions that you want me to do. And until next time, I'm Damion Crier, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video.